are you today?
How does it look like I'm doing?
Can I talk to you for a few minutes?
Actually, you can't. Please just leave me alone. I want to sleep.
Well, I wish that was possible, but it's not. So you have to educate you on your procedure before I leave. I'm headed out now, and I don't want to get in trouble if I don't. So can I just talk to you for a few minutes?
Whatever. Have it your way. Well, since you've established this is all about you, let's do this so you can walk out of here and get in your car and be on your merry way back to your wonderful life that is obviously so much better than mine. I mean, really, talking to me with your car keys, I've seen a lot, and even that's a first for me, hon.
Well, I don't really know what you mean. I mean, nurses' shifts do end, and I really need to get going. So it's real quick. I just have to tell you about your procedure.
My procedure. You want to talk to me about my procedure. Well, first of all, my procedure is called electroconvulsive therapy, more commonly known as ECT. And since this will be the 10th time I've had a series of my procedure, I could probably educate you on a few things, don't you think?
Okay, I didn't know you'd had ECT so many times in the past, but it's just schematics. Can I just, you know?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you'll be given a short-acting form of anesthesia right before the first shock. ECT is conducted, and we need your stomach to be empty in case the amnesia makes you sick. Someone will come and get you around 7 a.m. and they'll bring you to pre-op. Pre-op is where we usually put patients before surgery, but we also use it for ECT here. A nurse will give you an IV and, like I said, the anesthesia, and they'll give you a medication just so you don't feel anything. Your vital signs will be monitored, and you won't feel or remember anything by tomorrow. You'll be back up here on the floor by 9 a.m. Are there any questions? That's it.
I won't remember anything about the procedure. Well, how about not being able to remember anything at all? Seeing as though I can't remember anything before the age of 7, you probably should have told me that a serious side effect could be memory loss, and that it's serious and rare, but it's more than likely irreversible. How would you like to not remember anything about kindergarten, or first grade, your first day of school, your 5th birthday party? I got my favorite doll that year and can't even remember the party. I only have pictures to look at. Go home, nurse. Back to your perfect life, and let me sleep. After my procedure, I can go back to being alone, or I won't be ashamed. God, I hate that I had to come in here for another procedure. I just want to go home. I just want to be alone. Most of all, I just don't want to hurt anymore.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I mean, have you told your doctor about this? I mean, seriously, I want to know.
Yes, but unfortunately, I'm one of the rare patients who experienced permanent memory loss.
That's really hard for you. So when did this first start? You said you have major depressive disorder?
Yes,
Okay, and when were you first diagnosed?
when I was 20. When I was 26, I finished graduate school and got a really awesome job, but the stress just overwhelmed me and I couldn't get out of bed. I started hearing voices and thought about killing myself, but I just couldn't go through with it. They started me on antidepressants, but I didn't respond as well, so after trying over 12 different antidepressants, the doctor scheduled me for my first ECT.
And when was that?
When I was 30, and it only helped a little. I was able to return as an investment banker, and I was doing really well until the depression and the voices came back, and I just couldn't make it. I was labeled treatment resistant. I had to quit that really awesome job and file for disability. I got terrible headaches after most of the procedures. One day I just decided it wasn't worth it. So I tried to sneak out and run away where my ex-husband couldn't find me. And he called the police and I got pink slipped right back in here. Before you ask, that was 2 years ago.
And how old are you now?
34.
And the medication isn't working?
I don't mean to be rude, but haven't you been listening? Does it sound like they're working? People whose meds are working don't wind up back in the psych unit for ECT.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You probably want to be left alone now. Is there anything I can get for you before I pass it on to the next nurse?
Please take away this pain. I don't want to hurt anymore.
Well, the next nurse is Kim, and she'll come in to check on you right away. Just keep your chin up. Keep working hard. I'm sure things will look up after another procedure. Goodbye. Have a nice evening. Um, Not that long, like 6 months. Well, it's just that I have 2 kids at home, and like this is just like a 12-hour shift, and like I finished my shift, and I just forgot the one thing. I just forgot to educate the patient. That was it. That's all I forgot. And so I was literally about to pass everything on to Kim, and then I had to wait, and I had to just come in here. I guess, I mean, I still asked like how she was doing, and I still wanted to know about like what's been going on and how many procedures she's had. So I mean, I did care. I just wish I had remembered to do it earlier on when I was being, when it was my time to work. But the procedures are really strict here, and like you have to make sure like you can get in so much trouble if you don't. And I've forgotten once before, and I could not go through that again. So I had to go back, and even though I couldn't give her like the time and attention that probably Kim, the next nurse, could have given her, I had to do it, or else I would have been in huge trouble. I mean, I don't feel empowered about it. I mean, I'm pretty new, so I feel like I don't really have any say in anything. And there's a bunch of nurses who have been here forever, and they just remember those kind of things, and I don't, because I'm new, and also it feels very rushed. I don't like that I have to tell her so fast that like what the procedure is about or anything, but like that's just what I'm supposed to do. So I would really like to do that. It's just I'm not sure it's going to happen here. I guess I'm sorry. Like I should have spent more time with her. It's just I just had other so many other things on my mind, and I don't know. I really like to be there for my patients. I really like being a nurse. It's just, when your 12-hour shift ends and you forget that one thing, just kind of messes with you, and I just wanted to get home.
Um, I've had major depressive disorder since I was about 20 when I was diagnosed. And then I got put on antidepressants a few years later because exercise it wasn't enough. And I mean, I guess I don't know, you can always have major depressive disorder, I guess, like inside you, but I wouldn't know. I don't remember anything before the age of 7, so I don't really remember when the symptoms started, if that's what you're asking. And it's varied between like what I've tried with what and like how long I've been on each one, but it's just been so many. I don't even remember anymore how long. But I've tried like Harnate and Abilify and then some weird ones that I've never even heard of like on TV. I guess they just don't go that far. It's always just been a struggle, just living and getting out of bed. And I shouldn't feel this way because I've had such a good life, like technically, and I don't know why it is that that hasn't been enough. But like I said, I had to quit a really great job, had to file for disability. Now everyone knows that no one wants to work with me, and I basically just don't have a reason to live. I don't have any point of contributing to society anymore. It's been really hard. Um, my husband doesn't really want anything to do with me. My ex-husband, I guess. And my kids, I had a great son, but he tries to make me feel better, but it's so not worth it for him. I kind of just wish he would let it go and not worry about me anymore. It would be so much easier for everyone else if I just wasn't alive. I would say just listen and don't talk to me with your car keys. Don't make me feel any more worthless than I already feel. I kind of wish for your sake you could just leave too and just leave me alone, but you can't, so at least act like it.